Well, hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Want to introduce you to a brand new project. Um, Super early. When I say super early, you're not going to get any more early than this. But we're going to talk a little bit about Zeta and the potential and how how you can create a passive income with this model. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Of course, just want to start off by saying that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you do decide to jump into anything we talk about in the crypto space or the passive income space, please do your own research and due diligence and only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Risk capital only. Also follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So Zeta is a brand new project, very, very different from what you normally would see in the passive income space or even what you see on my channel. But those of you guys that have been around for a while and remember Helium, um, the crypto token Helium, you're going to see this and it's going to look not I don't want to say similar, but it's going to be very familiar. That's probably a better word. So Zeta is actually we're marketing it through Build Network. Those of you guys that have been on our channel, you know that we've been with Build Network now for over 6 months. Of course, Build has other products and services in its product suite. Of course, the original the core product is residential solar. Of course, they have commercial solar. They also have security systems. But on top of high ticket commission products like that, they do have a residual income component because they market a subscription service. Part of the subscription service that they offer is education. There's also savings on travel. But one of the things that they're adding to it, which is going to be very, very exciting, is this Zeta product. And again, this is going to be very different. With Zeta, you're actually purchasing a device, and when you hook up the device, in your home, well, it does two things. Number one, it speeds up your internet. Okay, it speeds up your internet service. But on top of that, just by plugging in the device, you're actually able to earn tokens, right? So very familiar. Let me kind of bring you back a little bit. This will give you a little bit of a point of reference. A couple of years ago, there was a product or a platform called uh, Helium, right? And their token was Helium tokens HNT, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And they were being marketed by iHub Global. Now we got involved with iHub Global. We were marketing the product. The product was working great. But since then, I've kind of pulled back and I stopped really talking about and promoting iHub Global. Not that it's a bad company; it's still actually around. But they started to market other things, other than crypto, right? They started to market vitamins and supplements and things of that nature. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against vitamins and supplements, but it just started to kind of morph into something that, wasn't what we originally got involved with. So kind of pulled back. Again, that's not to say anything bad about the company. The company's still around. They're still doing their thing. But well, when they started, the core was they were marketing um, this service, right? Helium. And the core of it, again, I'm not going to do a whole spiel on Helium, but they were allowing people to hook up these devices in their home. And, by hooking up these devices, they were going to improve, the cellular service. A great concept. It's still around. Matter of fact, if we take a look at Helium right now, it's at $3.63. You can see here, let's see here. Well, if we come back here, right? We look at the last 7 days. It's a little bit down, right? If we look at the last month, but if you look at a year, matter of fact, let's just do all. You can see here that it started at what, 27 cents, and at its height, it went all the way up to almost $50, right? So imagine you had gotten in early, right? Um, you know, 27 cents, 50 cents, a dollar, and you rode that wave, right, all the way up to 40, 45, $50, and you were cashing out throughout that whole time. You could have even been cashing out throughout this period right here where when the token was at 39, then 20, et cetera, et cetera, you still would have been extremely profitable. Now it's at $3.63, but it's still up 1,200% from the price it was when it launched, right? So it's still way up. Those people that got in early at 27 cents or what have you, I'm sure they made a ton of money on the way up. And if people are still holding, I don't know if people are holding or not, but if people are still holding, based on the price it was when it first came out, it's still up, right? 1,200%. So you can see here the ultimate, the price it was 25 cents, right? And then actually went all the way up to $55, right? Um, so again, I know people who got involved with helium early on, and they made like 100, 200, $250,000, just mining this token, right, or mining these coins, and then selling it on its way up, and even selling some of it on its way down. Again, I don't know if they're holding still right now, but I know they made a ton of money on this. Because imagine getting in at a quarter, and it went all the way up to $50, right? I mean, huge profit. Right? Am I saying that this is exactly what's going to happen with Zeta? No, I'm not saying that, but I am giving you a point of reference because it was almost basically Zeta is like helium, but with a much better use case and some really solid people behind it, right? Not that helium didn't have solid people behind it; it wouldn't be around years later. It's still around right now. You can see if there wasn't solid people behind it. But all of this is to say that it's a long-term project, right? Zeta is going to do the same thing, and I believe it's going to be even bigger and better because there are some really, really smart people behind this thing. And again, it's a powerful concept. So um, here we have the slide. I'm not going to do the whole slide deck here. Maybe I'll just show you the website. But essentially, you come here, right? Again, you buy these devices, right? And right now it's just launching, so not all of these devices are available. Only one device is available, and I believe because it's they're just starting. I think if you order it today, you're not going to get it for 90 days, right? But best move to do is order it today, and that way, as soon as you get it, you'll be the first to hook it up, and you start mining these tokens. You start earning these Zeta tokens, right? By the way, it's going to be sitting on the Solana blockchain. We'll talk more about the token, maybe later on another video, but it's going to be sitting on the Solana blockchain. And again, this is a huge, huge industry to be a part of. So it says here the opportunity $6 trillion market potential by 2030. Um, I mean, you're getting a little piece of the telecom industry, which is a huge industry, right? 3 trillion bucks. You're also getting a part of the cloud computing industry, and then AI, which everything is AI and moving towards AI nowadays. So you're kind of triple dipping into all three of these spaces with Zeta, right? And it says here real rewards, not just tokens. Let's talk about money because that's what matters. This isn't some speculative coin with no purpose. This is a utility token with actual utility, right? So again, this is not a meme token or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with meme tokens, right? We've certainly you know, we've certainly made money with meme tokens in the past, right? But this is more of a long-term, something that you can do on a long-term basis. It says here you can earn Zeta tokens by plugging in a device, right? You plug it into your home. Again, you're able to speed up your internet, right? Which is always a plus, right? For me, like I get, probably the fastest internet you can get, and I'm, even still, every now and then I'll drop off or something will happen or the TV that's hooked up to the internet will have some issues, right? So again, there's always a need for this, but there's people who maybe don't have the best internet. This is a great product for them, right? So again, they plug in the device, and then the longer you're online, the more you earn. Imagine that. Imagine you're earning tokens just for being online, right? Pretty awesome. So again, it's something you're already doing anyway. And it says here, here's what you can do with Zeta tokens. You can spend it on high-speed internet, cloud, or AI compute. You can stake it to earn more over time. So these, you'll be able to stake these tokens. You'll be able to vote on network upgrades because it gives you the ability to vote. Or, you can sell it for cash whenever you want out. You'll be able to sell it, for USDT or what have you, and, sell it if you want, right? So again, you can hold it, use it to stake, use it to vote. or just sell it, right? Totally up to you. Um, so again, there's a couple of different phases. Like I said, there's phase one, phase two, phase three. Right now, the only thing you can do is you can purchase and install a Data Wi-Fi 7 router. Show you what that looks like. By the way, for a very limited period of time, you can get a 50% discount on the router, right? So there's a 50% discount right now. Um, let me show you this real quick. Let me show you the team. By the way, the white paper's here. I'll give you a link to this. You can check this out, but here's the white paper. Check it out for yourself, right? I'm not going to really go over that now. But here's the team. Remember, like, I think this is a better way to do it. Let me see here. Here we have Mr. Kevin Ross. Okay, so we have a couple. I'll do it here. Probably better. This is the PDF. Again, I'll do a full-blown PDF. I've been on about 3 or 4 Zooms for Zeta already. The next Zoom that's coming up, I'll make sure I post a link in our Telegram. You can, jump on that. You can see what's going on. But here's their product offerings. Again, not all these products are available just yet. Mesh Wi-Fi. This is what's available. You can plug this in, speed up your internet. And again, there's a 90-day backlog because a lot of people are ordering these devices, these routers, and you got to give them a little time to get it to you. Eventually, there's going to be other products, as you can see, but essentially you plug it in and you earn tokens, right? Um, Here's the launch timeline. We'll cover this on another video. This is where we're at right here, right? Quarter two, quarter one, quarter two, right? Um, so right now we're in phase one. What's available is the Wi-Fi 7 whole home mesh, which we talked about. Phase two later on, you'll be able to, they're going to be able to offload 4G and 5G. Wi-Fi customers will be able to add a repeater node. Again, we'll talk more about this later on. Not too important right now. What I wanted to show you was this is their projection of customers. Oh, here's their team right here. So the founder and executive chairman, Kevin Ross, he has a really interesting background. Prior to Zeta, Kevin was founder and CEO of WeLink. While at WeLink, he raised over $300 million in funding and developed a proprietary market-leading Wave FWA product that has been deployed into 7 major US markets. Again, you can look this guy up. He's on the internet. He formed strategic partnerships with Cisco, Microsoft, multiple municipal governments, including NYC, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles. These municipal efforts ultimately led to WeLink being awarded a $50 million RFP award from LA County to provide internet service to 275,000 locations, beating out AT&T, T-Mobile, and Charter. Also, prior to founding WeLink, Kevin co-founded Vivint Wireless. As a chief strategy officer and VP of technology, he developed both the technology and go-to-market strategy for Vivint Internet, the fastest fixed wireless ISPs in America at the time. This model was field proven with thousands of sites deployed commercially in multiple U.S. states, in what is one of the largest small fixed cell wireless deployment in the U.S. He's recognized as a thought leader in the industry, and as early as 2005, correctly predicted the trend to small cells, Wave, and other key 5G components. He has, look at this, with over 15 years experience, he has 27 patents issued. I mean, the guy he knows what he's doing, right? And he's actually I believe he's going to be on the next Zoom. The last couple of Zooms that I jumped on, he wasn't on it. They were just explaining the program. I believe he's going to be on the next Zoom. Here's Hal Bledsoe. He's the chief product officer. Harold Bledsoe, seasoned executive, more than 15 years experience in the industry. He's brought innovative products to market. He's currently chief product officer at WaveTech. Prior to joining Zeta, Hal led the development of next generation Wave solutions that provided WeLink distinct advantage in the market. Prior to joining WeLink, Harold was a president of Ignite Net. I mean, these guys are, solid guys, documented guys. They know what they're doing. Here's one of the advisors, Dr. Paul Raj. Uh, Stanford. He joined Stanford University in 1991. His invention for exploiting multiple antennae at both ends of a wireless link lies at the heart of the current high-speed Wi-Fi and 4G mobile phones. So if it wasn't for him, he was a big component, right, to that technology. So again, solid guy. He's published over 350 archival papers and a co-inventor in over 80 patents. He has graduated over 50 doctoral and postdoctoral students at Stanford. Again, these guys know what they're doing. Van Jones, he's another advisor. He's obviously a U.S. media personality. He also has an extensive background in a business. He's also an Emmy award-winning producer, New York Times best-selling author. Some of you guys are probably familiar with him. And then another advisor is Alan Peacock. Um, Again, just another documented. Look at this. He later joined MIT's Lincoln Laboratory to conduct R&D and advanced networking and applications. I mean, these guys know what they're doing, right? So just to come back here, again, you plug this baby in your house, speed up your internet. You can start marketing. Excuse me. You can start, earning these reward tokens. Is it going to do something like what Helium did, go from 25 cents all the way to $50? I don't know. I mean, who can guarantee anything like that? I don't know, right? But from my perspective, it looks like a much more solid team. That's going to have use case. You're going to be able to take these tokens, stake them. Do these different things with them. It certainly has the potential. But again, even if it doesn't go to $50, right? What if it just goes to $5? Right? What if it goes from a quarter, right, 25 cents to $5, right? And you're able to get these things at 25 cents, 50 cents, a dollar, it goes to $5 or $6. Forget about going to, $50. If it just does that, there's huge opportunity. And again, all you're doing is plugging in a device. You're not really doing anything else other than what you normally do, which is get online, right? Um, so let me come down here a little bit. The starter kit right here, which is you're going to get the router, right, for the Wi-Fi. It's $1,350, but right now for a limited time, right now there's a 50% discount, right? So we can get you a 50% discount. Again, it's for a limited time. It's not going to be like that forever. Right now we're just coming out the gate with this, so they're offering a 50% discount. So 1350 with a 50% discount is $675 for the Zeta kit, which includes the router, right? So again, I'll leave a link down below if you want to order this. And again, they even have plans here, right? With uh, you can instead of paying well, this is if you're paying 1350, you're not paying 1350, right? But if you were, they have a plan where you can pay $121 a month. They have, it's 600 and change. You could probably, do a payment if you want, but most people just pay that, outright. Then it says here, due to anticipated high demands, please acknowledge that it may take up to 90 days to receive your kits. What does one kit include? The Wi-Fi 7 mesh kit, which is this right here, which you can plug in. Whole home mesh system with multi-gigabit speeds. And again, one of these should be able to cover the average home, right? It says here, one kit covers a standard size U.S. constructed home up to 5,000 square feet. Unless your home or your house is constructed, with mostly stones and concrete, then you may need to have more than one, right? You might need to have a couple, but most people, their house isn't constructed mostly out of stone and concrete, and one should be suffice. Is there how many units do you need? To figure out how many kits you will need, you will first need to know what is your house made of. How many square feet is your house? Again, if it's 5,000 up to 5,000 square feet and it's not constructed mostly of concrete and stone, you should be good with one. But if you have any questions, you can hit these guys up. Hit them up on their support. Trying to see if I missed anything. That's pretty much it for now. Again, this is a project, this is brought to you by Build a Network. So Again, this is, we've been with Build Network for, over 6 months now. Actually, a little bit longer than that. So again, we've been excited to, for them to bring this out. We knew about this coming out for a bit, and now that they started to, do Zooms and put out information, now they're making it available for us to buy this router, this device. So should be exciting. Should be exciting. Again, we'll see what happens here. If it does a fraction of what Helium did, I'm in for the ride. So 'cause we made a lot of money with Helium back in the day. We made a ton. Another difference, from iHub was it was only available at the time. I don't know about now, but at the time it was only available in the US. So we had a lot of people that wanted to join when we first introduced iHub and Helium on our channel, but they couldn't because they were in the international market. Zeta is international. So again, it's not just available in the US. So again, that's going to bring more people to it. Should be a good ride. Should be a fun project. And this is not a short term, here today, gone tomorrow, get in now, rug pull next month. This is not what this is about. This is a long term project, right? That'll be around for years and years and years to come. And again, for me, when I saw it, I said, man, I'm going to get faster internet. I don't got to do anything different than what I'm doing already, which is getting online, and I can earn these tokens. Hey, let's do it. So, yeah, check out the link below. Again, this is an intro video. We'll do more videos and updates moving forward. And as we get more Zooms scheduled, we'll make sure we'll get the link to you if you want to plug in and jump on those Zooms. So that being said, I will catch you on the next one, guys. Again, do your own research, do your own due diligence, risk capital only, folks. And I will catch you on the next video. Follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.